Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. My name is Ira Sakowitz. I'm with Umigo. I'm our National Director of Outreach. I'd like to welcome you all to a fun yet incredibly important event, the launch of Umigo in Hartford, Connecticut. Umigo, which stands for You Make It Go, is a multimedia world designed to introduce and engage early elementary age children to discovering the fundamentals of math and having fun in their exploration of math. Through vibrant stories, songs, and games, Umigo provides these early elementary age children with developmental foundations that will help them learn and master critical math skills, as well as become active learners, critical thinkers, and problem solvers for their entire lives. The project's educational content is fully aligned to the Common Core state standards for mathematics for the first and second grades. Animated characters model the strategies for thinking about and using math. Then the child becomes the active participant. You make it go, applying these newly acquired math concepts and skills into the games and activities themselves. Through interactive media and their own participation, children learn that there are many ways to solve and approach a problem. They can try different solutions to a problem, evaluate the outcomes, and try again, in essence learning that failure is an option, and that persistence and perseverance are important critical thinking skills. In that way, they learn not only math, but the life skills they'll need to be thinkers and critical thinkers for all subject matters in life. This is kid-centered learning that supports what is taking place in the classrooms, and we reinforce it through informal learning centers such as libraries and family centers, with a goal as well of having parents engage with their children at home, as parents are children's first educators. We also think that being self-directed makes the children themselves more motivated to learn, and through the interactive nature of our world, do so in a fun and engaging way. The partnership between Umigo and the National League of Cities is a fantastic one, in that we get to work to raise the awareness of early mathematics, lifelong learning, and building family engagement into that process. To speak more about this partnership, I'm pleased to introduce you to Tanja Rucker, the Principal Associate for Early Childhood in the National League of Cities Institute for Youth, Education, and Families. Tanja?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm delighted to be with all of you today. And we at the National League of Cities, we're so proud and excited to be co-hosting this meeting and partnering with you today, tomorrow, and in the days ahead. As Ira noted, I work at the National League of Cities, the oldest and largest national organization representing municipal governments across the United States. We are currently partnering with 49 state municipal leagues, and we work with our members to advocate for cities and towns, to strengthen leadership skills and provide networking opportunities for our members. The Institute for Youth Education and Families was launched back in 2000, and we recognize the unique and influential roles that mayors, city council members, and other local leaders can play in addressing education, after school, violence prevention, economic success, and childhood obesity. We work in a number of areas, and we recognize, and it is no secret to us, that cities are the primary centers of innovation and leadership in our country. We know there's a lot of gridlock at the federal level and even at our state governments, but we know that going local leadership is the solution to many of the issues that we face today. And we see this leadership in action throughout our network when we work with elected officials on city policy and practice that supports young children. Mayors are some of the strongest advocates for moving and improving local education and human service agendas by using their convening power and the bully pulpit. Mayors such as Mayor Segarra are partnering with business leaders, school officials, higher ed leaders, community stakeholders to ensure that we have a seamless pipeline of services that address the diverse needs of young children. NLC has been working for the past 2.5 years to work with cities to provide support to help them align their education and human service agendas. Of course, Hartford is one of the 6 cities in which we're providing TA nationally to ensure that leaders at all levels are making sure that children have the skills and supports they need and that families have the supports they need to be successful. Hartford has and continues to be a leader in a number of areas. The mayor has been a leader across the nation advocating for cities and towns to support young children, and the models of best practices here in Hartford has launched and spurred innovation across the nation. We're so proud to work with the city, and this new initiative, Umigo, for You Make It Go, is an exciting innovation towards moving towards how do we implement and help young children in their math, improve their math and literacy skills, and also using technology so that they can be the thinkers and leaders in the 21st century. So Hartford, we're excited to be here with you today, all the parents, the children. We at the National League of Cities recognize the leadership at the school district level and the city level and across the community to ensure that Umigo, a new innovative program for the city of Hartford, will be a model for across the nation. We're excited to be a partner in this work, and we look forward to working with you in the days and weeks and months ahead. We're excited about Umigo and, of course, the amazing work and leadership in Hartford. Thank you.
Thank you, Tanja. The work of the National League of Cities to promote the healthy development and education of children is clearly make a difference in millions of children's lives and their families. The work of the League, however, is not possible without the leadership of the mayors with whom you work. This leadership is exemplified by Mayor Pedro Segarra, whose signature program, Opportunities Hartford, focuses on improvement in 3 interconnected areas: education, employment, and income. Now to talk to you more about this, I'm proud to introduce Mayor Pedro Segarra.
Thank you so much. And thank you, and I want to say hello to the children. I was actually told that today my speech was going to be for the children. So the way that I've prepared my speech, I don't know if the adults are going to be able to understand it, but for all the adults, after the meeting, if you have any questions, I can talk to you. So today, my presentation is for the most important people that we have in the city, our children, right? So I am the mayor, and you might say, well, what does a mayor do? Mayor is kind of like the principal of the city, but he does other things other than work with teachers. The mayor is kind of like the president, but not of the whole country, but just the city. So that means I have to make sure that I tell the firefighters what to do to keep safe and put the fires out. I have to make sure the police officers do their jobs in keeping all of us safe and making sure that everybody follows the rules. How many of you know what rules are? Right? We know rules, right? So they make sure we follow the rules and keep us safe. And one of the things I try to do, because it's so much work, it's a lot of work, I try to get people to work together and cooperate. You know about cooperation, right? Helping each other, right? So that's what we do. So in this case, we got the president, my boss from up there, right, from Washington. We got his Department of Education, because he also has like a real smart principals in Washington in the White House. He keeps real smart principals in there. And he works with us and the National League of Cities, because with collaboration, I get to work with other mayors, and we all get to team up, and we figure out how to solve problems, right? You might do this in the classrooms, you get together, and you solve problems. And we figured out that working with the League of Cities and other mayors, and working with the president and his Department of Education, and working with Umigo, we can do the following. We can help you do better in math. You know what math is, right? We know what math is. So we figured that if we work with them and we helped out, that Hartford would be the first city to do this project, which you're going to find out more and more about. What we're trying to do is we're also going to try to work and partner up with our schools. All of you are in schools. We're going to try to partner up with our public libraries, my favorite place. We're going to work with the Hartford Foundation for Public Giving. Those are the helpers. Those are the people that help us give money so that we can buy computers and do that kind of stuff. And the United Way. So we have a lot of people that are going to get together and work together to help you learn more. We want you to read really well. By the time you get to the 3rd grade, you're in what grade? 2nd? What grade are you in? Second? 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 Preschool, pre-K. Over there, what grades? First, what grade? Pre-K, in the back. First. So this is what we want to do. By the time you get to third grade, we want you to be able to read by third grade. Now, if you're just a little bit behind now, don't worry about it, because we're all going to work together to make sure that each and every one of you gets up to grade level by third grade. And you want to know why that's important? Because the scientists, those real sharp principals and school teachers that sort of figure these things out, have told us that if by the time you're in third grade, you can read by third grade level, from there on, things get a lot easier for you. Really, really, everything seems like so easy. If you read by third grade level, right, when you're in third grade, it's going to be a lot easier for you. And why am I interested in that? Because if all you succeed and graduate from school and then high school and then college, or a school that teaches you how to do some career, our city becomes a much better place. Okay? So I'm very excited about this. I'm very excited about the School Readiness Initiative. Let me explain to that what that is. In order to get all the schools and all the children reading by third grade, when they're in third grade, and make sure that they learn math, really good math, we all have to work together and make it an effort. So I'm very excited that we're here with Umigo, because they're going to help us with the math part. Now let me tell you a little story. When I was a kid, guess what my most difficult subject was? Math. It was kind of tough because I had just come to the United States and I spoke no English, right? Yeah, I didn't speak any English whatsoever. It was so tough because the teacher kept on talking and I would say, "Ay, mamá mía, ¿qué dice esta señora? No sé lo que dice." I couldn't understand, so that made it very, very difficult. Also, in my old school, they had a way of doing things, like a system, right? They had a way of doing things. And then when I came to my new school in New York, it was like a very different system. So then math became very difficult and very complicated because I wasn't understanding it. So it wasn't until much later that I had to learn it, and then it became a little bit harder. So this Umigo folks are going to help us make it a snap, okay? Now, a lot of times it says, we have to get our kids excited about learning. You're all excited already about learning. We just have to make it interesting, fun, and do it in a way that you can enjoy it and your parents enjoy it. Because your parents, they learned the way that I learned, which was like the old-fashioned way, and it wasn't meant to be fun. It wasn't meant to be fun. But now, through Umigo, we found that we can make it fun. We can make it fun for you to learn. And if we make it fun, we found out you really learn. Because we're competing with video games and all kinds of things, so we have to join in the effort to make it sure that, that we make it fun. So I'm looking forward, and I'm very proud that our city is the first city in the nation to do that. I'm very proud that our city has made friends all the way to Washington, D.C. and beyond to make sure that we can bring people together. So I'm very excited about this, and I want to thank our visitors because the more successful you are, the more successful we will be as a city. So any adults who didn't get it, I know it takes a little bit longer for you sometimes. I will explain the whole thing to you later. But how many of you really got the message of what I said? Okay, did you understand? Everybody got it? Okay, good. Let's go, let's improve our math, let's improve our reading, let's improve our communities, because you are our community, and our community is you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor, for your poignant remarks. As the mayor so eloquently stated, helping students and their families achieve optimal outcomes is critical to the growth of this and every other city in our country. And it is in that effort that leads us to our next speaker. As the Chief Academic Officer of the Hartford Public Schools, Kathleen England helps lead the effort to ensure the use of the best practices for teaching and learning for Hartford schools, its school children, and its families. Please welcome Kathleen England.
Good afternoon, everybody. Put this up a little bit. I'm very pleased to be here on behalf of Superintendent Narvaez and the Hartford Public Schools to welcome the You Make It Go early grades math education program to our city. I want to thank Mayor Segarra, the Hartford Public Library, and the National League of Cities for inviting Hartford to be a launch site for Umigo. Umigo adds one more element to the collaborative relationship we enjoy with the city and the library, as evidenced by the fact that we are introducing Umigo in library branches that are located in and adjacent to Sand and Parkville schools, where we are today, obviously. Today's Umigo kickoff is really significant for us. Hartford Public Schools has approximately 2,000 first and second grade students in our 26 neighborhood and magnet elementary schools in the city. As we know, our students' achievement in the early grades varies widely between schools and classrooms in our city. In addition, we have some major achievement gaps to address, beginning with our youngest learners. Umigo promises to be an excellent tool for helping us to close those gaps. It's high quality, interactive, and very fun, as I found out over there. Learning materials will build on classroom instruction and allow learners to refine their developing skills during out-of-school time programming. Very importantly, too, Umigo helps us deepen our partnership with our students' first teachers, their parents. Umigo is a free resource, making it readily available to all of our families. Families will have access to Umigo programming beginning immediately here at Parkville and at one of our branches at Sand, and by this summer at 10 additional sites in identified community-based centers, family centers, and other library branches. Finally, Umigo provides off-screen activities to extend learning time to shared playtime with families and other caregivers in the home. I'm really excited that we have some of our first grade students and second grade students here from Parkville and their families joining us today. In just a few moments, we're going to get to see them interacting with the Umigo materials. And I certainly want to thank Mr. Olmsted and his school-based team and our families for joining us today. We're really excited to begin this partnership. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your message from the superintendent for being here, Kathleen. We deeply appreciate it. Our next speaker is Mary Billings, the Chief Public Services Officer of the Hartford Public Library and our host today. As many of us are well aware, it is public libraries that many families rely on for access to the full range of resources that their children need to realize their most full potential. Umigo recognizes this important resource as we partner nationally with the Family Place libraries and thus are so thrilled that Hartford's library system is an integral part of the Umigo initiative. Please welcome Mary Billings.
Hello again, everyone, and to those of you who haven't been here before, you are experiencing this setting. This is our beautifully renovated, our most recent renovation of the Dwight Branch Library, and we're delighted to have the kickoff occur here. I wanted to say, on behalf of the library, how delighted we truly are to partner with the National League of Cities, the Hartford Public Schools, and the city's Department of Families, Children, Youth, and Recreation on this exciting, truly exciting and innovative project called Umigo. It really is fun, and the adults sitting behind me have all played with it, and they like it too. So I think we're all going to have fun with this. Our library continues to play a major role in fostering literacy in the city, particularly among segments of the populations that need special assistance in developing these skills. This includes adults, infants, toddlers, preschool, as well as children like the elementary school children that are seated here before us with their parents and caregivers. During the after-school hours, our library is in an outstanding position to expose children to additional print and meaningful math and language resources that researchers say are crucial to reading achievement. The addition of these Umigo workstations in our libraries with the math content aligned to the first and second grade Common Core standards allows us, along with all our partners, to take our work to a higher level, increasing the prospects for success. So here today, and as we roll out to other libraries, we look forward to a successful launch and outstanding outcomes throughout our city. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mary. as both Mary and Kathleen pointed out, Umigo is available in multiple ways to children and their families. It's a free resource, always available 24/7 at umigo.com. On there are all of the educational media episodes, the stories, the games, the music videos. For the parents, there are the free parental engagement activities you can download right there, print them out. They're simple to do, free and fun. And here in the libraries and soon in many other places around the city of Hartford, you'll be able to participate in off-screen activities as well as utilize the kiosks that we're showing off today. The children here have been incredibly patient, a lot of adults talking. So let's go and enjoy the fun and engaging world of Umigo, and we'll show you here the off-screen activities as well as the on-screen activities that you'll be able to engage in throughout the city of Hartford as the parents and families of the children here. So let's adjourn to the back room and enjoy Umigo.